This poem is
Hey, we don't want that song, man.
that's on number 9. I'm gonna spit y'all from poem. I'm gonna spit y'all some poems that's on number 8. For real.
That nigga had something.
All right, this is on a more serious note. I find the more I learn, the less you know. I guess that's like the first thing people realize when they start learning information. Like, yo, you know, I really realize that I'm dumb, you know. But I'm always constantly asking questions, like no matter who it is, you know. And obviously, before I give away the poem, I always hate that shit when people talk so much about the poem that they don't even have to spit the poem, because y'all already know what the fuck they just said. So like, yeah, I get it, motherfucker. You just said it in your intro, shit. But I remember my uncle dying, laying on his deathbed, a little over 70, and looking as if he just lost his last will trying to live. And I remember thinking, wondering if he thought life was just as beautiful as it used to. I mean, even at 13, I had the mind pattern of a chess player. Now, my mother always thought I should have taken up law because I've been known to think of every angle that presents itself. And as my family stood in the room and talked amongst themselves, I sat there in the chair by the bed and looked into my uncle's eyes. Now, I wanted to ask him if he felt like he could just see God. For some reason, I felt like he was a little closer to knowing than I ever was. So I started off by making small talk, asking him how he was feeling. And even though the words to describe the way the cancer was eating away at his lungs probably couldn't be found in modern-day dictionaries, still he managed to give an effort. Now, I must have been impressed because I started to ask him more questions. Things that through the years, I probably could have learned on my own. Things that I could have picked a better time to make his presence known. As my grandmother caught when we bombarded my uncle with questions on his deathbed that probably wouldn't have been answered by most healthy individuals, she stopped me and cut and said, "Hey, stop asking your uncle all them questions. He's not in the mood for all that." And it's just I was about to sink back into my shell. My uncle, weak and barely able to breathe, held up his hands as if he was about to stop traffic and said, "No, it's okay. Because that's the only way you find out what you want to know." And it stays with me. The last words I've ever heard my uncle speak. 2 decades removed, and I've been asking questions like a fool. No matter how uncomfortable it seems, even if the answer could destroy my beliefs, I question. Even when teachers say it's none of my business, I question. Even when president says it's nonsense, I question. Even when preachers say it's doubtful to question God's laws of religion, I figure my uncle died wanting me to know everything. He took his last breath, making sure I never breathed the rest of mine, spinning there as if I had to bow up inside my curiosities I'm going to have. So I tell people it should never hurt to ask, especially when I think of my uncle on his deathbed and answering any question I had.
I know they give me respect, even before walking the venue, they see it tatted on my neck.